Liam, would you agree that with performances like that in the Championship, that will win games?
100%. I've said it from when I came in. I'm all about performances, and I can't fault the players for their effort, their quality. Some of the passing and some of the movement and some of the play that we had created numerous chances against a very, very good team, and we have to stay at that level. That's what I've said to the players after. I couldn't be proud of their performance. I made 8 changes today, and the reason I made 8 changes, I trust every single player in the group, and they didn't let me down. They were outstanding. We didn't get the result that we wanted, but we definitely got the performance we wanted, and we took a very, very strong Fulham team all the way.
Was you surprised with how strong they were today?
No, I know Marco. Look, they're 7th in the league, and so they've got a lot of distance between them and the relegation zone. So they can afford to try and win an FA Cup, and that's the position they're in. To be honest, they're the benchmark. We have a very similar style of football to Fulham. They've got promoted as champions, and they're 7th in the league. So I've said it was a really, really good test for us, and I thought for large spells and large periods of the game, we were actually a better team, and I couldn't be happier with the players today.
It was just sad, wasn't it, really, that for maybe 5 minutes where Fulham were maybe dominating possession and more, they take advantage, but that is something of a good Premier League team. Some people thought it might have been offside. What was your view?
It looked offside, but I haven't seen it back, so I don't want to make a quick assumption without seeing it back. If you look, they had Harry Wilson, they had Dan James. You let Harry Wilson inside on his left foot, it can cause you problems. Tom Kearney, we know. Played with Tom, he's a top player. They've got some real quality. But what I was so proud of was the lads' shape, their organisation, their discipline. And to be honest, we could have been 2 or 3 goals up before they scored the first goal.
And when you made your changes, you brought on players like Benjamin Tete. He's back on the pitch, and okay, he wasn't maybe up to full speed, but his touch was just so obvious to see. It made such a difference. He's
such a good player. Look, I brought Aaron on, which I'm delighted for his first half an hour in a Hull City shirt. Benji's back in the squad. Oscar I could bring on. I was always planning on bringing those 3 on. And what I want is real competition for places and be in a situation where we can change games from the bench. So I feel like we're in a really, really good place. I couldn't be happier with the whole group. And we're going to work really, really hard to get some additions in. But at the same time, I couldn't be happy with the lads who are here. Well, I think we're on the way up at the moment, but we need to make sure the levels stay really, really good against Huddersfield next week.
The system's very, very fluid, but when you made that change and you brought Tete on, it looked more like a diamond. What did you feel that would give you more of, except for more pressure and more bodies forward? Because that's certainly what happened in the final 10 minutes.
It did. I thought the changes worked quite well. We went with 3 strikers. Look, it's the FA Cup. You want to stay. You want to make sure you give yourself every chance to stay in the hat. And what the players allow me to do is be flexible with the system and change it. I had to change it against Wigan, and that worked. So look, I've got a really strong squad. I think I've got a good group of players who believe in the way that we want to play and who are working so hard. That the work rate and energy. Young Xavi in midfield today was outstanding for a 19-year-old. Harvey comes in, does really, really well. And you've got Louis Coyle and Callum Elder at fullback against 2 of the quickest players they'll come against. Did absolutely great against them. So I've got a really good squad, and we're going to need it. We're going to need this squad to get to where we want to be. And, you know, we're 6 points from the playoffs. 7, is it, from relegation? I've not even checked, to be honest with you. So we're in a place where we can decide which way the season goes now. And I'm excited for the next 3 or 4 months.
Shouldn't be looking down. We always have to look up, don't we? And Huddersfield are below us. But what do you feel that game will bring in comparison to what we've had before?
No, Huddersfield are a good team. I know Mark's gone in there. He's got them very organised. We're going to have to play at with the same energy levels and the same quality to get anything from the game. But at the moment, every time I lay down on a Friday night and go to sleep, I'm confident in this group because they're giving me everything, and that's all I can ask for.
Callum, I was saying to Liam that was from the stands a very enjoyable game to watch despite the result.
Yeah, it was enjoyable to play in. I thought we gave a real good account of ourselves. Gaffer made a lot of changes to the side from the previous league game, and I think we really played with the bit between our teeth, and we had some great chances in the game. I thought we were really good in transition in the first half. We opened them up a few times, and against a Premier League side, sometimes you have to take them chances to give yourself the best chance of winning the game. Unfortunately, we didn't, but we stuck at it right to the end. A real unfortunate goal to finish it off, but I thought it was a good afternoon and a good display by the lads.
Yeah, we may have lost today, but as a defender yourself, you must have been very happy with whenever pressure was put on that you seemingly dealt with it accordingly for the most part.
Yeah, to be honest, I think since the manager's come in, every single player's bought into what he's wanted to do on and off the ball. So no matter who plays, it's really thorough what your role is and where you need to be, and the distances in this team out of possession. So from a defensive point of view, I thought we were really solid. We limited them to few chances, But then, like I said, on the flip side, you need to take yours. Unfortunately, we didn't. But credit to the lads, we stuck it out right to the end.
It must be difficult when they've got relentless pace in Dan James and Harry Wilson charging down the wing for the most of the game.
Yeah, I know. I thought for most of the game we dealt with them. One big thing is they combine really well in tight areas, so we wanted to limit their sort of movement in the middle of the park, and if it meant going down the sides, we'd deal with the ball into the box. The gaffer said at half time, if they have to go on the outside and whip balls in, that's not how they want to score goals. So, I thought with the balls that came in the box for majority of the game, we dealt with them well, and like I said, we limited their chances. So I thought it was a real good showing.
I suppose in previous seasons, when you make lots of changes in earlier rounds of the Cup, it can seem to take something away from the performance. So going back to earlier, that performance, as I said to the manager, would probably get you results in the Championship. Would you agree?
Yeah, for sure. Like I just said, the manager was adamant that no matter who came into the side or who we were playing, what league they were in, that we would play the same way since he came into the building. And I would probably say from the Wigan game to the Fulham game, there wasn't much difference in the way we sort of approached the game. We even changed to a new formation in the second half to try and expose them a little bit more. We brought Benji on, which was great to see him back, and he picked up some real good areas just off the front line. So there was real good positives to take from the game, and like I said, everyone's bought into what the gaffer wants, and it's real pleasing to see. And
it was great to see you back as well. You look like you relished it. How have you? I know you haven't been playing, but on the training ground, how methodical has Liam been, and have you enjoyed it so far?
Yeah, it's been amazing. He's such a detailed coach. He's come in and he's picked areas of everyone's game where he sees improvement and how you can impact the team, and you've just got to grind it out when you're not playing. You've got to keep your head down, keep working hard in training, and wait for your chance to come. And I'm pleased with how I performed today, and we move forward with real positive mentality and a good belief going into the league game next week.
Yeah, where do you think 2023 could take Hull City? There doesn't appear to be a glass ceiling despite where we are in the league at the moment.
Nah, for sure. It's just been, the new management's been a breath of fresh air. Lads have come in and they're really buying into the way that the manager wants to set up, because when we get it right, we've shown that we can really hurt teams in the league, and at times we hurt a Premier League outfit today in Fulham. So like you said, all you can do is focus on the next game. I know it sounds cliche, but as long as we keep improving and making strides, who knows where it can take us.